Hey YouTube, MrRampro here. I wanted to do a quick video on a great knife from a really great guy. This is Michael Morse. This is his friction folder that you see in front of you here today. And I want to say that the quality and the attitude that this guy hands off to his customers is great. I talked to him several times over the phone. Not that I'm special, but just to point it out that anybody can do it. I mean, he took the time to call me when he had questions about the order that I placed, and he answered the phone when I called. So it was really great as far as customer service goes, and as far as what he's putting out. He was really open to trying new things. He doesn't like to steer too far off of what he offers, not too far off into the custom world when I was trying to inquire some things, but he is willing to work with you within certain parameters of what he offers. So that's all I could ask for. All you're doing is asking if somebody can do something. So, definitely really nice. The weight on this knife here, I believe I think I ordered it back in maybe September. It was almost, I think, a 5 to 6 month wait. I mean, it was quite a wait for it, but definitely a nice blade. Really cool. Here we go. Here's the date that it was actually made. Let's see if I can read that. It is March 29th of 2013. And I know I ordered it, so that's, close to 4 months into the year, or, 3 months done into the year, and I know I ordered it before November or something, so at least 5 months. But definitely exceptional quality. This is the natural micarta. Really good looking. And you'll notice all the lines on the blade tang, and those come from the original metal. In its former life, this knife was a file. So all of his knives are made from files that I know of. I know he's got tons of different, he's got tactical ones, he's got big buoys, he's got neckers, he's got all kinds of stuff. I'm a huge fan of folding pocket knives, and I really like friction folders, so this is kind of where I was looking at here. And what really drew me to this was the unique design as far as the bottle opener. I really like that. I think that's really cool. Definitely making a multitasker out of a basic knife. I know you can, use knives to open bottles anyways, just by pushing them on the side and stuff like that. You see the action here of what that would do. And I've seen, not that I would do this with a Sabenza, but, I've seen where you can pop them off like that with a lighter or something. But the fact that this has something dedicated for it was really nice. You can't open these friction folders one-handed. His friction folders, at least this model, or this, this one that I've got from him, is fairly stiff. It's fairly stiff to close. You can use, like your leg. I'm trying to do this all in front of the tripod, but you can use your leg to open it and stuff like that, or to kind of help you. But overall, it's really nice, and I like the fact that this friction folder is a little stiff. It adds, because of friction, the only thing holding it open or closed is friction, and you do have this tang that's protected by your hand here, so right now the blade's not completely locked, but it's held in by my hand. But if you're applying downward force in a cut, it's not going to go anywhere. Into the tangs, hit the stop pin, and you're good to go. When you do have the stop pin, the file does provide a little bit of jimping here, and is nice and flush with the handle. Kind of a squared off design. There's multiple designs that you can pick from. Overall, really nice looking. All the pins are flush with the sides. You can't feel anything. Down here at the end, you got a spacer around the lanyard hole. Nice and smooth. This micarta doesn't flex. I don't know that it should or not. I've seen some videos of plastic knives where guys can squeeze and bend stuff, but this doesn't seem to flex at all. Small knife, definitely great. And back to what I was saying with the tightness of the friction folder, it's really nice to kind of have a backup, much like in a slip joint. You've got the half stop to kind of protect you if it goes. Well, you don't have anything on the friction folder, so it starts to go. You can feel it here in your hand, but it's nice and stiff. and keeps it from closing extremely extremely quickly. I really like it. I think it's a good EDC knife. I think it, in size, because it's open, we'll do an open comparison. This is a small Sebenza, which, Sebenzas are not insanely large, so this shows you that this knife is a fairly small knife. Here's a Spyderco Flipper. You can see he's out on either side of the scale of the frame there. It's a fairly small knife. And let's see here. I'm trying to see what else I've got on here that's kind of common. I am a traditional guy, so we'll use, primarily anyways, we use a case peanut. And that's probably a pretty good comparison just on the fact that you see a peanut is a small knife. And here's a Victorinox Pioneer. So you can see it's a fairly small friction folder laying in hand, but really utilitarian, great drop point design. Overall, really nice, really high quality. Definitely a nice knife. I think I tipped him a little bit on this one too. I think like $10-20 or something, but gave him a little extra for his trouble, and you prepay, you know what I mean, but didn't really speed up the time, and I don't really think it enhanced the quality, because I think all of his knives come out with great quality. But I wanted him to know too, after I bought it, I sent him an email explaining, how happy I was with it, and that future orders would definitely be coming his way, because I've had knives made for my sons and stuff like that in the past, and they've been made by factories, and ordered to made to order and stuff like that, but I really would like to have them something, that's handmade for them. Maybe he could do something special on the handle for them or something like that. We'll see. I mean, he did tell me too that he didn't think these friction folders were going to be as popular as they were, and I have to agree. I can see where the addiction comes in, because they're extremely popular with me now. I mean, I love them. I want another one for sure. I do have while I was waiting on this, I went ahead and tried one of the cheap peasant ones from Ford, I think is who that is, and carried it for a little bit, and it was okay. It was a little bigger. It wasn't the smaller version. It was the full-size version, and it was okay. I didn't mind it. I actually really like it, honestly. I redid the handle on it and everything like that. So I'll show you guys that in another video where I've replaced it with G10. But I kind of got used to the friction folder idea. And then when I started carrying this, it was like second nature, as far as opening and closing it. A lot of compliments on this knife, too. A lot of people are like, wow. And definitely when you go into, like, why would you spend 100 and, maybe 35, 45 bucks, I can't remember what it was, 135, 145. And why would you spend that on a knife? It's like, you know what, man, this is supporting somebody in America that's doing what they want. And I love supporting local business, American business, the small businessman. I love that. My electrician, the air conditioner man, all the different trades that we need for our home and stuff like that, they're all local people that have local businesses and stuff like that. If I've got to give my money to somebody, I want it to go to somebody, that I see their family, or that we know from the ballpark, or that we know from my son's school or my daughter's school, and stuff like that. So that's definitely where I prefer to see my money go. And that's the same thing with the knife makers. I prefer to see my money go to good quality American, craftsmanship, as far as on the small level, and then even up into the bigger level with you got the unexcelled, or the Northfield unexcelled line from GEC, and then I was looking for my case. Here it is. And even back into the peanut. There's another case knife. I love supporting United States companies, even if they cost a little bit more. It's the same thing. And knife guys are gonna sit here and say, "Holy cow! You just got a custom handmade friction folder for under 150 bucks. That's a steal." And that's exactly how I feel about it, especially when I'm spending, what was this, 250, 300 bucks? I don't even remember now. This is made in Taiwan or something. So, and when you're buying a Sebenza, what's this, 425 for a micarta small Sebenza in Singo, and this right here is exceptional quality. The same thing. This one's good too. But if I can justify spending $400, then I can definitely justify spending $150 on something that high quality. Next we'll move on to the weight. Extremely lightweight. I don't have my scale out here with me right now, which I know, bad video prep, but extremely lightweight. Disappears in the pocket. It's just insanely nice. I really like it a lot. I like the Lanyard Loop. I've kind of, I don't want to say gotten away from Lanyard Loops, because I do have them on some of my work knives, but I've taken them off. There's this one here. I've taken them off on some of them. I haven't tried to run a Lanyard Loop on this one yet. I really just wanted to keep it kind of nice, kind of in pristine shape. You know, I really kind of wanted this to be my dress-up nice knife, because it would be a conversation piece and something different. Whereas people see this and they're like, oh wow, that looks just like a regular knife. Why would you spend... You know, I've had detailed conversations with knife guys about this, and they were like, well, that looks just like any other knife. Like, I could see spending 60 or 70 bucks on something like that, but seriously, dude, 400 bucks, that's ridiculous, you know? Whereas this, you tell them that somebody made it by hand in their garage, and they send it out to you out of a file, and it's also got a bottle opener, you know, which is how you'll probably use it in front of your friends, opening packages or whatever. And it's got a little bit of a sales point to them. And they seem to be completely astonished, and honestly, I get more compliments on this than I do on the Sebenza on any other knife. You know, you bring in an OTF Microtech, you can do that, and you'll get some comments and stuff like that, but I'm not legally allowed to carry this too many places, so this is a good option for that kind of thing. A wedding, you know, church on Sunday, wherever you're heading to, that you just kind of like something a little classy. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and definitely check out his website, Michael Morris Knives. I believe it's just michaelmorrisknives.com, but I'll put the link to his website in the description below. You guys have a great time checking out some other knife videos, and we'll see you next time around. Thanks a lot.